everyone, it's Jordan Howie here, and for this video is on the Christian movies. So I will begin with the 2020 movie I So Believe. So that movie goes into the S tier. So since that is a really good movie, it is also one of my favorites. And next is the 2024 movie Disciples in the Moonlight. And this movie goes in the platinum tier, since it is one of the best Christian movies of all time. That movie is about how the persecuted Christians obey God rather than man. And next is the 2017 movie Little Notes to Heaven. That movie goes into the A tier, because it's a really nice, cute movie. It's a cute romance movie. And it's a really good one. Next is the 2013 movie Two Tangle. Now this movie also goes in the A tier. Well, no, this goes in the S tier. And because that one is also a huge romance movie. And next is the 2014 movie Heaven is for Real. That movie goes into the F tier because that movie is heretical. As that movie presents false visions about heaven. And over about the past 2 decades or so, there have been so many people who have spread false visions about heaven online. And they also make big bucks off of it. And there's also this. Of people's false visions about heaven all contradict each other. So, for example, the false visions that inspired the movie Heaven is Real, as well as the false visions that inspired the movie 90 Minutes in Heaven, contradict each other. So, without a doubt, Heaven is for Real is a terrible movie. Because that movie presents a false gospel that is going to split hell wide open. And next is the 2015 movie 90 Minutes in Heaven. And I was just talking about that one. That movie goes into the foul tier. Because that is quite a deplorable movie. It's an insult to the gospel. And that one is also based on a false vision of heaven. And next is the 2006 movie Facing the Giants. That movie goes into the S tier. And because that's a really good movie. and it even shows that miracles happen today. And next is the 2023 movie Jesus Revolution. This movie goes in the F tier because that one is a heretical movie. And unfortunately, the Jesus Revolution was not theologically sound, as it was a type of seeker-sensitive movement back in the 70s. And it was attempting to mix the hippie things that are incompatible with the gospel with Christianity, which created a who's who of false converts. And next is the 2017 movie The Shack. That movie goes in the foul tier because that movie is so blatantly blasphemous, as that movie depicts God as a woman, which is blasphemy. And because when God is referred to in Scripture, he is always referred to with male aspects and with male pronouns. Therefore, God has male pronouns, which are he, him, and his. And to add insult to injury, the Lord's name was also taken in vain several times in that movie The Shack. And that movie is also demonic too, as there is some type of mysticism going on there. Next is the 2016 movie I'm Not Ashamed. This movie goes into the B tier, and that is since this movie is biblically sound for the most part. The only problem with that movie is that the Lord's name is taken in vain for one time around 7 minutes into the movie. So that is the only problem with that movie. So if it was not for that, then that would go in the S tier. But because of the one time the Lord's name is taken in vain 7 minutes into the movie, that moves that movie down to a B tier. And next is the 2020 movie Vincent Vow. This movie goes into the A tier, and because that's a very good movie that talks about what love is, or what love really is. And next is the 2015 movie Audacity. This movie goes into the platinum tier, as that's a very good movie. And it's a movie that exposes how homosexuality is a sin. And next is the 1998 movie Pamela's Prayer. This movie goes in the A tier, as it's a great movie that talks about purity. And next we have the 1992 movie Second Glance. This movie goes into the S tier, because it's a really good movie. It's about a teenage boy who feels like he is missing out on something, but fails to realize that what he is missing out on is not actually cool. Next is the 2012 movie Camp Harlow. Oh wait, I'm mistaken. Let's actually do the 2014 movie Camp Harlow. That movie goes into the B tier, because it's a really great movie. Next, you have the 2024 movie The Forge. This movie goes in the platinum tier, It's a movie about what it means to follow Jesus. And next we have the 2011 movie Soul Surfer. This movie goes into the D tier, and the reason that is that this movie has women in bikinis, and that is a deal breaker. And there's also nothing godly about that. So for that reason, that sort of thing does not belong in a Christian movie. So the Soul Surfer movie goes into the D tier. Next we have the 2008 movie Fireproof. This movie goes into the S tier, because it's a really great movie. It's about a man who learns that selfishness is not the way to go. And next is the 2020 movie Faith Under Fire. Now this movie goes in the A tier. Now that one is about a man who goes through hardships and learns to have faith during that time. Next is the 2004 movie The Passion of the Christ. Now this movie goes into the B tier. Since it is a great movie for those of you who have a kind of dual view of theology. I'm also aware that those of you who are iconoclast would not want to watch this movie. Meanwhile, those who are dual might want to. Next is the 2018 movie Run the Race. Now this movie also goes into the B tier. It's a good movie. And next is the Left Behind series. Now that series goes into the C tier. And that one movie, Vanished, which is one of the movies of the series. It's fun to watch. I do enjoy watching that one, even though I disagree with the pre-trib rapture view, since I hold to the post-tribulation rapture view of theology. And next is the 2008 movie The Secrets of Jonathan Sperry. This movie goes in the A tier, because it's a very good movie. And next is the 2019 movie Play the Flute, which is somewhat of a similar movie. This one goes in the S tier. Next is the 2013 movie Race Unplugged. This movie goes into the E tier. And that's because that movie, Race Unplugged, has some subliminal messaging taking place. And because of this, that movie is not legit. And next is the 2022 movie Redeeming Love. Now this movie goes into the foul tier, as that movie is blatantly heretical. And what's even worse is that that movie is also pornographic too. Next is the 2024 movie called Mary. This movie goes in the foul tier, and because it is massively unbiblical. Which is not a surprise, given that this movie was produced by Joel Osteen, who is a false teacher. And that movie is also a massive unbiblical mess. Next is the 2016 movie Wish for Christmas. This movie goes into the A tier. Well, actually, instead of having the movie on the tier list, I would place the 2009 movie Homeless for the Holidays on the playlist, and I'll use this one to represent that movie. I will place that movie into the platinum tier, as the 2009 movie Homeless for the Holidays is the best Christmas movie of all time. So that movie is the bolt of Christmas movies. Since it has to do with helping those in need, and it also exposes how consumerism is not the way to go. Well, that is it for this video. Have a nice day, and goodbye.